Ladies and gentlemen, greetings and salutations. Today's been a delight. So many insightful installations. Our cross-collaboration revisits a classic fairy tale, The Wooden Boy in the World of Machines, featuring Josh Martin and myself, Prevail. His story begins unlike ours. A prisoner of doom, neglected in an abandoned tower. The walls of dusty brick housed a single window, its thin and frail beam of light, as delicate as dry leaves. Yet, on the avenues outside, a war was being waged and the village would soon be taken. In the cloaking darkness of the night, the boy made his escape. Escape! Escape! You see, he was born from nature, yes, but without a human soul. His frame coursed with life, yet his strife was his own. A blend of finest oak and grandest maple. His strength and his fortitude allowed him to do things in which others thought unable. Freed from all cables, yet bound by a wire that moved him and consumed him from within like a fire. And the higher the flame sought, the hotter his brain got, bubbling and boiling over, crumbling and folding, struggling composure then, rumbling and roiling. Soldiers in the streets advanced. He saw his chance. Into the woods he dashed, crashed into an ancient temple, ran into the monument, then found an ancient vessel.
Magical urn, for life I now yearn. Not like that of my brother, but one better in turn.
Yet nothing occurred. The boy was disturbed, and then, in an instant, he knew that his world had unfurled, come apart at the seams. If not, it's a dream, for where he was now was not where he'd been.
Where am I, and what is that smell? Unfamiliar surroundings and loud-sounding bells? Wells full of oil that boil and burst, a sky that is black, a map that's reversed.
Suddenly, the ground was alive. The thrashing echo of gears locking and clicking into place shook the boy violently. As he stood to run, the soil beneath his feet melted away, and before comprehension, instinct. But then, before he could notice, a voice made of metal said, "Come out in the open. There is no escape. Show yourself now, before it's too late." But the boy had a secret, one that nobody knew. Unlike his brother, this boy's fingers grew into well-sharpened spears, 5 on each hand. Each one pierced a guardsman like a fresh-slaughtered lamb. Sparks flew where they stand, a disbanded band, once majestic and grand, now electrically damned, perpetually slammed, susceptible to projectile missiles as hands. Now, only one metallic man stands in his way. Logistics and information processing at a rate too quick for the boy to counteract. In a split second, the last sentinel had surmised that the boy was indeed here to kill the inventor. Clang! Bang! Clang! Bang! Clang! Bang! The death machine rang. The boy thrust his fingers through its neck like a fang. And then all was silent, a violent display, a scrapyard of analog with digital delay. But before final victory, there remained one last obstacle. The inventor must be confronted. He must bring clarity and deliverance. With that lone thought, a hinge of onyx-hued steel began to pivot and swivel. What had appeared to be a wall was truly an elaborate and magnificent chamber door. As he entered, in the center of a room made from marble, stood the great inventor in all his splendor and his marvel. Your journey, albeit courageous, I'm afraid is all for naught. For where you stand is where you'll land, either surrender or be shot. Now the boy had no choice, as he was being dragged to a place where they would soon silence his voice. The depths of the surly, whirling, infernal inferno would indeed burn the boy to his wooden core internal. One step closer to the great gates of fate, he waits, anticipates his moment and doesn't hesitate. His fingers like a scalpel sliced a slit through the net, and to himself he thought,
they haven't caught me yet.
The robotic soldier spun, releasing a beam of energy from his eyes, singeing the boy's left shoulder, sending him to the ground. But only momentarily. The boy's ferocity was insurmountable. Like an errant fleet of javelins, his hand shredded the iron sculpture, a tin box slashed by shears. The inventor shuddered. He was out of tricks and gadgets, and now he was out of time.
Tell me, old man, before your life I take, why you create all these soulless toys you make?
My dear boy, yet my darkest creation. A true taste for death is your only salvation. I measured and toiled. I sanded and oiled, invoked spirits to animate you, so with anger it validates you. The boy screamed,
I hate you,
and ran the inventor clean through. His eyes for the first time filled with a true liquid of blue. Yet what followed was red, an arrangement of roses and violets on a crimson velvet bed. And as the tears touched the blood, diluted they became. Then sounded an alarm as the building burst aflame.
I can't go the way I came. Where now do I run? What is this feeling of whom I've become? My wooden exterior now feels superior, yet hatred still plagues me. A curse from my earlier actions of murder? Of course, now I know. Forever to walk is a villainous foe. No mercy I'll show, contempt and revolt. No attempts made for mercy. My results will be felt.
The boy, who now felt like a grown man, dashed through the swirling flames into the grand hall. From there, his safety was assured. In minutes, he was again in the freshness of the outside world, the air dense with ash and rust. The boy's new body was strong and capable, his new mind powerful and vengeful. He dashed to a crumbled pile of machinery and reproduced the majestic urn.
Hear me now, you spirits that birthed me. I am renewed, truly hungry and thirsty. Grant me again a safe passage home, and yours, now as always, I will do as you to condone.
The thick air turned charcoal black. A single bolt of lightning struck the boy, energizing him and filling him with purpose. Moments later, he was well pleased to find himself back on the streets of his former home. Later on, he would burn down that same toy shop in which he had felt trapped for so many years. But now, in this instance, there were more pressing matters at hand. As the boy walked down the street with a stride as natural as time itself, he thought,
What good is a life without choice and free will? So I'll do what's instilled and build my life to kill.